Hey everybody, welcome to the little intraday video on Monday. We can just take a look and I want to show you what we're looking for. So if we go and scan Inforce Yes this week on indexes, identify the energies are simultaneously breaking from the weekend video. Therefore, we can look at the XLE. And you'll see, boom, 222 right into magnitude. That's what we said would happen. And then we go to XOP, it's doing the same thing. We go to OIH, it's actually a 3-2 week to the upside, I believe, but breaking up as well, OIH. So when you see that, you can then go and look to trade all the energies. That all happened right at the open. They're all going to the upside and they would have shown up here on the weekly scan. Therefore, we can go to energies here. We can look for Inforce on the week, yes. We can also look for Inforce on the month because anything taken last month's highs is relatively strong. So therefore, OKE, APA, EOG, FANG, SLOB, and IEP are what we'd want to be going after. So if you go to OKE, you see it's already up 4%, confirms today, just going 2 up again. If you go to APA, you can see now a 2-2 month, and look at this try. So they're trying to reclaim all this stuff. That's a good thing that you want to know about. Then you'd have the quarter. Maybe it gets reversed. We'll see. If we go to EOG, 2-2 month already and got going today. You can see momentum hammer to the highs, etc., etc. So we can do it like that. Or since we just know when we go and take a look at the energy sector, if you look at a lot of twos to the upside here, how many do we have? And scan on the week. 15 twos to the upside. How many down? 0 to the downside. It's going up this week. We know that for sure. Any outside weeks yet? Nope. How many ones do we got? 4. So these 4 of the 19 energy sector stocks will be confirming or negating tomorrow on Tuesday to get energies to reconfirm and keep going, or negate and start coming back through the try. But since we know that, what we can do is once we see it on the scans, we can just go after it. And I mentioned it on Twitter. But in the Discord this morning, we identified the 3-2 OIH, so it started expanding the range, and then inside 15, and then boom, right here breaks and goes $6, just like that. And then the 3, 2 up in red back into the 3, and now they're chopping them up. So if we go to the 60, you got a big old 1 cooking up. So we'll see what that 1 confirms or negates. XLE, 2 up in red, XOP, 2 up in red. So we'll see. The other thing that we'll see, just looking at 2s up on the week in the indexes, is we'll see things reconfirming last week's moves. So C2 is last week's candle, current candle is this week's candle. So anything 2 up in green again this week after going 2 last week is reconfirming. IWM reconfirms 2 up, 2 up. Financials reconfirmed the monthly break, the third 2 up this month, or actually the second 2 up this month. So they reconfirmed last week's inside up on the week. If you go to industrials, 2 up again, confirming their month in force. And then healthcare is 2 up in red, getting countered. Discretionary, 2 up in red, getting countered. Energies, 2 down, 2 up, the only reversal we have this week to go after. So therefore, we can go into things like the industrials, which we mentioned on the weekend video. And we can scan by sector and look for 2 up on the week. You'll see here's all the industrials. How many of those are going up? 35 of them. How many are going down? 3. So this is your natural selling going on. If you go to GE, what we'd identify is this is the natural selling. So if you get reconfirming GE, all the industrials are going up. If this sets up maybe an inside 60 down or something, that could start puking. If the weekly signal works, it would take last month's lows maybe. So not the best with signals, but you can see what I mean. Same with HWM, a little bit weaker, and then TDG. You're seeing some natural selling. 2 down, 2 down, 2 down still. So they've just been selling this 2-2 on the month, pivot machine gun. So this could start falling apart for sure. Notice bright red bars. Well, everything else is going up. So I'd want to keep an eye on that. It's a $1,200 stock, so you got to be aware of that. But we can then also go to the 2s up and look for Inforce patterns. And then you'll see this will confirm what we talked about over the weekend. DE, nice. GPN, nice. PayX, nice. ADP, nice. We talked about all those. They're all up over 1% today. So if we go to ADP, you'll see the 2-2 week. It's going back into the 3, reclaiming the range, changing the monthly continuity to full time frame continuity up above 239.30, and it went in force above that. So you bought full time frame continuity back through a previous range. You draw right to left, engage your magnitude. So if this works and stays up now above 34141, we'd look for the next one at 250.75. So that's got room to go. If we go to PayX, you'll see PayX. We talked about the big 3122. So the slight lower low, the slight higher high, big old broadening formation here. You can also just draw it like this to make it look better. And then boom, RevStrat. Notice that's still going. Each 60, boom, confirm, 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 confirm. Add if you can. And that's all straight off the week and daily continuation. If we go to DE, we talked about that one too. And you're going to see the week is in force and back through a previous range, attempting to negate the month and cause a rev strat 1, 2, go 3 for the 1 bar rev strat, back into a previous 3. It's also reclaiming a big 3 on the quarter. So we'd like to know about that. If you go to FedEx, that's the last one in there. It's going to be the strongest one given it's at recent highs. And you're going to be expanding the broadening formation above this stuff. So you'll see the broadening formation, something like that. Now they're above it with a rev strat in force. So if industrials really get moving, you got that. There's a subsector in the industrials called the transports. So the IYT, also a 3-2 up week, taking last month's highs inside month to the upside. And the biggest one in there we see is JBHT, which I do believe we mentioned, if not on the YouTube videos, we did talk about this in the stat for the monthly guys. And it has gone into monthly magnitude, and it's still, bright green. Look at this starting the week, really green. They do have earnings Tuesday, so turnaround Tuesday. If they're going to give us a really good entry, we'd want to see them gap down and buy if they're going to keep gunning. Or they might, have bad earnings and rip back through this daily try, since we're coming into exhaustion risk into the slight higher highs here. So we'll let those earnings come out tomorrow, and then we'll see what we can do with that, given industrials are going up and transports are going up. I believe we already talked about the energies. Looking at the time, yeah, we did. The other thing that we have in here is financials. So in force on the week financials, you're going to see coin stocks. So Bitcoin, MSTR, Mara, Riot of interest. And then COF, JPM are confirming the financial services going higher with CBOE. And I don't know what EG is. But if we go to coin, you're going to notice it has the inside week up in force back through previous range. And on the month, it's still a 1. But we do have Bitcoin. That looks amazing. Look, notice rev strat month Bitcoin. So anytime Bitcoin's trading above this, 62676, we want to be long. If we go on the week, 61424 is the weekly enforced signal coming into its magnitude now. And then if we go to the quarter is a potential 1-3 rev strat, which confirms the year inside bar to the upside. So all of this stuff could send Bitcoin expanding into all-time highs. That's something we look for. That's something we want to know about. If you're a stock trader, you can trade things like BitO. Look at this pivot machine gun. I want to be long this into the close because look at this thing. That could really start taking some guys out. You're also going to have like other ones, GBTC, like that type of stuff. If you go to I think ARK has one. I don't know what is it, ARK B? Yeah, so ARK has one too, so you can trade any of that type of stuff. You can also then leverage yourself with MSTR, which you can see is really green. And this one loves to move with Bitcoin really big. So it's trying to rev strat that month, which would cause the outside quarter. Notice, compared to Bitcoin, this has relative strength as it did not take last month's lows. This would be a 2-1-2 continuation measured move of this move in all-time highs. So Bitcoin stuff, we want to keep that on the radar. And then the boring banks, you'll have JP Morgan 2-2 week going into all-time highs up in here, but confirms the monthly break, which means Morgan Stanley should continue to confirm, and you'll notice it does. There's your 2-2 hammer Morgan Stanley, and you're going to see, we mentioned the broadening formation. It's like a 15 in here. We may have not actually. I'm not sure which version of the video I put out yesterday, but you'll see the big triangle layout, inside bar, and then equilibrium resolves higher. Boom. So all the banks reconfirming with the Bitcoiners. So that's your little prep to start the week. I hope you guys have had a good trading day and continue to have a good day. I would stick for sure. I'd get those Bitcoin stuff. And as long as those are green on the week, we want to know about those. And the second one to that would be those industrials. So that's going to be it for me. Adios and have a great rest of your Monday.